solve for the range, the variance, and the standard deviation. So how do you do that given the set of data? So first of all, we need to get the range. So the range is quite easy to get. Well, here's how you get the range. So the upper class boundary of the highest interval minus the lower class boundary of the lowest interval. So the upper class boundary of the highest interval is 50. So how did I get 50.5? So for the upper class boundary, you add 0.5, so that's how I got 0.5. So for the lower class boundary, how did I get to 20.5? So for the lower class boundary, you just subtract 0.5. So here's our lower class boundary. You subtract 0.5, so 21 minus 0.5 is 20.5. So sorry if I keep doing this. I don't have a whiteboard. So what now? So you just subtract 50.5 minus 20.5. So that's how you get the range. So moving on to the variance. So this is the formula for how to get the variance. So how do I get that? How do you get that? Well, first of all, we need to get these 5. So this is the class mark. The X represents the class mark. So how to get the class mark? Well, you add your data, this data, you add them and divide them by 2. So 46 plus 50 divided by 2, you get 48. Hopefully. 41 plus 45 divided by 2, 43, and so on and so forth. After that, after you get the class mark, you need to multiply it by your frequency. So frequency multiplied by your class mark. So 48 multiplied by 2, you get 96. 43 times 9, you get 387. 38 times 13, you get 494. 33 times 11, you get 363. 28 times 10, 280. 23 times 5, you get 115. Then you add them all up. So the sum of fx is 1735. So here you can easily get the x bar, or the mean. The mean is represented by x bar. So how do you get the mean? You get the sum of fx and then divided it by the sum of your frequency. So 1735 divided by 50 is 34.7. So when you get 34.7, you follow this. So class mark minus 34.7 minus your mean. So 48 minus 34.7 is 13.3. 43 minus 34.7, 8.3. 38 minus 34.7 is 3.3, and so on and so forth. So next is you square this. Yeah, square it. So 13.3 is 176.89. 8.3 times 8.3 is 68.89. 3.3 times 3.3, 10.89. Negative 1.7 times negative 1.7 is 2.89. 6.7 times 6.7 is 44.89. Negative 11 negative 11.7 times negative 11.7 is 136.89. After that, so after that, you multiply it by your frequency again. So 176.89 times 2 is 353.78. 68.89 times 9 is 620.01. 10.89 times 13 is 141.57. 2.89 times 11 is 31.79. Oh, don't mind that. 44.89 times 10 is 448.9. 136.89 is, 136.89 times 5 is 684.45. So what you need to do now, oh, so here we are. So you need to add all this up. So this is the sum of this. So the sum is 2280.5. So that's how you get this. Oh wait, what? Why do I have this? Okay. Okay, sorry about that earlier. I got the wrong paper. So okay, it should be right. So that was the sum of the sum of x minus mean squared. So 2280.5. Then as you see here, you divide it by the sum of your frequency, which is 50, then subtract it by 1. So 2280.5 over 50 minus 1, so you get 49. So 2280.5 divided by 49, you get 46.54. So that is your variance now. For the standard deviation, so close. So for the standard deviation is here. So the standard deviation, how you get the standard deviation is just the square root of your variance. Well, that's all. Really, that's all. So the square root of 46.54 is 6.82. And that's how you get the range, the variance, and the standard deviation. So here's the data. As you can see, here's the data. So we solved all of it. We got the range, we got the variance, and we got the standard deviation. So comment down below if I'm wrong. If I was wrong, then I'm an idiot.